animation department earlier, and they do everything in-house, which works for them and allows them to make quality content while not having to worry about this, that, and the other. Marvel, on the other hand, doesn't seem to learn that lesson until this fucking year, so shows that are great get canceled, like Spectacular, which got lost in the shuffle when DC or Sony was doing it, I believe. And with the deal with Disney, it screwed up their animation house because it also screwed up Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yes.
Which was another great show.
That was really good, too.
So, due to... and it also somehow screwed up the Avengers, but they were able to keep continuity for that show.
Well, that show was tied to the movie, wasn't it?
It was tied where it all kind of matched, but it was different kind of in tone. They were allowed to obviously use more characters.
Yeah.
But it started off as a good show, and then it took a weird turn when they were bought out. So it kept continuity but changed a bunch of shit. And then we lost Wolverine and the X-Men, which was a drastic turn from the normal X-Men series, which was awesome. And then we also lost Spectacular, which was great, even though I watched it afterwards.
I remember watching Spectacular every Saturday morning.
I didn't, and you were like, "Oh, you should watch it." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll watch it at some point." And then I did, and I was like, "Oh, this is great."
It was really good.
And then they canceled it like the week after, and I was like, "Fuck."
No,
so that was
good.
bullshit. So we'll keep on Marvel because they seem to not know what they're doing as we both try to figure out how to sit while doing this podcast.
Yeah.
They seem to not know what they're doing with their animation department because I have their film thing right here. Like they started off really strong.
Well, I got
with
their, same thing.
Yeah. Wikipedia, everyone, your best friend. Like it gives you a list of everything. Like they started off great with the Avengers in 2006, Ultimate Avengers. At that point, I was not familiar with the Ultimate lines. And
9 million in sales though is really high.
It's like, and it was great. They did a sequel and it worked out really well, and they kept going, and then they put out Invincible Iron Man, and then they did Strange, then they did this terrible, awful Avengers Next, Heroes of Tomorrow.
Never seen that.
Oh, it was terrible. It was a kind of a sequel to the first two Avengers movies.
Okay.
But it was like their kids in the future, and Ultron had killed a bunch of them.
Oh, that's weird.
And and it was their kids leading the way.
I actually don't know if I've watched Ultimate Avengers.
I know you've watched Ultimate Avengers.
Is that the one? What's the one where they thaw out Cap?
That every Cap? No, that is Ultimate Avengers.
That's Ultimate.
Yeah.
So
they fight the Chitauri.
I don't know if I've seen Invincible.
I don't think you have.
I believe I watched Strange.
Yeah.
I've obviously watched... I've seen Hulk versus... That's the one with Wolverine, right?
Yep. Wolverine, and then it's kind of a two-parter, and then he fights Hulk. Hulk in one with Wolverine, and then the next one he fights Thor in Asgard. Yeah, Planet Hulk was awesome.
Tales of Asgard.
Neither have I. And then that's kind of where they stopped. There's like a 2-year gap where they did nothing.
Yeah,
but then they kind of
went
did
to the anime stuff,
yeah,
which was weird, which I lost me right there. I haven't watched anything. Since
because you're not big on anime, but I have watched the animes, a few of them. I've watched Iron Man, Wolverine, and the X-Men. I have not watched Blade.
Wolverine. I'm just looking at the list here. Iron Man
and Blade.
Wolverine. Where do you see Wolverine on the list?
He had a thing.
I know what you're talking about. Wolverine had an animated series, but I'm not seeing it on the list.
Yeah, it was one of the animated ones, but it was pretty decent. I liked it. And then with that, they led into one of the movies, Rise of the Technovore. It was a pretty decent movie because it was in the same vein of those. And then they did that really bad. Oh no, that was later on. See, I've never seen Iron Man and Hulk Heroes United. But I have seen the Black Widow and Punisher Avengers Confidential.
Yeah.
It's really good. And then we tried to watch that Iron Man and Cap movie. And remember how bad that looked? Yeah, it was that blocky one that looked like it was a PlayStation 1 cutscene.
Oh, yes. I'm going to click on the article. Maybe they'll have a picture. No,
yeah, and then for some reason it lists Big Hero 6, which I'm like, that's cheating.
That doesn't count.
And then the Superhero Adventure Friends Frostfight Show, and then Hulk Where Monsters Dwell, which was a tie-in to the TV show. So those are all the Marvel movies. started off really strong, and then it just seems like they kind of just gave up and stopped. And I don't know why. They were doing so well. And
yeah.
And
those first two. Okay, so the first 8 movies.
Yeah.
I just want to give me 2 seconds while I look up something else.
Okay.
Those
So the first 8 movies
made $42 million.
Yeah.
You see that list?
Nope, I don't have money wise, but I'll take your word for it.
Whereas, it's hard for me to judge this out roughly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, okay. No, I was looking at DC's list, and
Yeah.
if I matched the first 8 of theirs, what they did, but what they would have done with the first 8 would have been.
Well, see, now here's where we get into iffy territory.
Theirs would have been like upwards about 70 million in the first 8.
Well, because DC, when it comes to their properties, they just use Batman.
Well, the first 8.
Yeah.
Reading the first 8, it was Superman Doomsday.
So that's what. Okay,
Justice
that's
League New
that.
Frontier.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Where do you fall with starting with their animation house? Like, are we talking like what they did with Batman, or what they did just their standalones based on their properties or tie-ins to like various stories? Because the technical first one they did would have been Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Okay, I'm counting it as like
You're counting it from Superman Doomsday?
Doomsday.
Okay.
Moving forward.
Okay. Yeah.
I would count Mask of the Phantasm and like Batwoman and stuff as just like one-offs from the Batman animated series, which was done in the 90s.
But we have to talk about Return of the Joker.
We will.
Okay.
But their first 8 wasn't as Batman heavy as it is now.
Oh, it's definitely because they stopped making money.
Here, 2.5 of them are Batman.
Yeah.
But the first 8 was Doomsday, New Frontier, Gotham Knight, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Public Enemies, Crisis on 2 Earths, and Under the Red Hood.
Yep.
So it's not as Batman heavy. A lot of Justice League ones, a lot of group ones. You got your Wonder Woman, you got your Green Lantern in there. So, and then later on,
because
every fucking movie is Batman.
Doomsday was great. New Frontier is awesome. Night is like a series of events set between Begins and the Dark Knight.
Yes.
Wonder Woman was great. First Flight was awesome. Public Enemies was great.
Mm-hmm.
And the Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is hilarious, on 2 Earths, was supposed to be a film they just kind of reworked for the Justice League TV show.
Yes.
So which was hilarious.
And then after that was
Under the Red Hood.
Their best one, and that's
Under the Red Hood. Yeah, it's still like one of my top ones that they did for those. I like New Frontier. It was different.
I watched it a few times.
Yeah, I bought it and it came with like a little Green Lantern. He was holding Green Lantern. And then I bought Wonder Woman. It came with Wonder Woman. I own Public Enemies, but I don't know where it went. I lost it. The only movie I have ever lost, and I cannot find it. I actually own a good chunk of these when I was still buying movies. All-Star Superman sucks. I don't know why people like that series.
All-Star? Yeah, that one.
I don't know why people like it. I think it sucks. I think the art is terrible. I think the movie's terrible because it's based on that art style. Mm-hmm. And I just absolutely think it sucked. And I don't think I watched it until you put it on that one day.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't watch it up until that point. You watched it one day, and I was just like, all right, it's on. I'll watch it.
Emerald Knights I wasn't too crazy about. That's the one with the...
I liked it because it was just...
waiting in line to charge the battery.
Yeah, it was coincide with the release of the Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
Which gets a bad rap. It's not a great movie, but when it's written by 37 people, that tends to happen. I was actually reading a story about that because of I've been playing Alien a lot, so I've been reading about Alien, and I was reading about Alien 3 and Resurrection, and then it's just the amount of writers that they had.
Oh yeah.
And there's one great story where like the guy who directed it finally, they had a great story that they wanted to implement. So they hired the director, and the director was like, "No, I don't want to do this story. I want to do my own." And they're like, "Okay, well, we'll let you rewrite it, and then we'll shoot from there." And I'm just like, "No, fire that idiot and hire someone who will do the story you already had done and set in motion." Like at that point, like you're an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
But
they'll bend over for directors.
Yeah.
They'll bend over for directors, and then they fuck over the writers all the time.
Oh, constantly. Like, constantly. Yeah, even though I was reading about the first Alien, even to get credit for most of the people who did, like, the initial legwork was a work. Just because, one, they try to screw them over, and with the writing guild and stuff, they can only credit so much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you need a better system for shit. But back to these things. So Marvel started off really strong and then just kind of gave up. And they seem to have done the same thing with their TV shows. DC started off really strong, doing a wide variety of characters while leaning still towards Batman and trying to keep... Because they're like, okay, we'll try this and then we'll do Batman.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just started focusing on Batman.
Well, after the first one was Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox, which led them into their 52 route, where now they're just adapting 52 stories that they've done, right? And yeah, they're mostly... So you had Flashpoint. You either get a Justice League or a Batman movie, actually, looking at it. So you had Justice League, Flashpoint.
Did you watch the JLA Adventures Trapped in the Ice?
JLA Adventures Trapped in Ice?
Yeah.
No.
It's this weird, like... it was kind of like an all-age movie, I guess.
Is it one of those kid ones?
Yeah, but it's not like the Super Friends kind of leaning towards. Yeah. It was more like kid-friendly, but it was still a decent enough story. I kind of enjoyed it. I just wanted to see if you saw that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, but, it's a pretty good watch if you got like nothing to do. So they did Flashpoint, then they did War.
Yeah, then they did War, and then they did a Batman, then they did a Justice League.
Which Son of Batman sucked.
Son of Batman.
It's not a good one. Then they did Assault on Arkham, which is based off the Arkham universe, which was great. Then they did Throne of Atlantis, which was awesome. Then they did Batman versus Robin, and I'm actually trying to remember what happens in that movie.
Batman versus Robin.
Yeah.
I think that's the one with the Talon, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, okay. I remember that now. And then they had those weird ones that tie into the toy line.
Yeah, those ones were pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're pretty decent.
Batman, like Animal Instinct and stuff?
Batman Unlimited, Animal Instinct, and then they have Monster Mayhem. And then they did this one, the Gods and Monsters. That weird take on Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. That was weird.
Yes. Yeah, that one was not... Oh, no.
No, it wasn't great, but I probably will never watch it again. And then again, going back...
I fell asleep. I don't think I finished it.
So again, but it was very Batman heavy, right? So then they got Batman again, and then you got Bad Blood, which was kind of cool.
Bad Blood?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
They introduced Batwoman again, and what the hell? Nightbat? What is that? Lucius's kid thing.
Oh, Batwing?
Yeah, Batwing. That was not bad. Then they did Versus the Teen Titans, which was pretty solid.
That one was good, yeah.
Now the controversial one, Batman: The Killing Joke. I liked it. I liked it. Everyone was like, oh, they blah blah this to Batgirl, blah blah this to Batgirl. While I agree they kind of nerfed Batgirl in this, I still liked it. It is kind of a shot for shot of The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Like, just with some of the graphicness toned down. It's great. Plus you have Mark Hamill doing the Joker. Unhinged. Sure. You've got oh man, I can't his name is blanking on me. Batman. Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, Kevin.
Back doing Batman again. Because he just doesn't stop. I love his Batman. And who's the guy who does it in the 52 animated ones? He's really good too.
Jason O'Mara.
Yeah, he's really good. Then you had Mechs versus Monsters, which was... I don't think I watched that one yet. And then you had Return of the Cape Crusader, which I was going to shit on because I'm not that big a fan of the 66 Batman.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. And watching it...
You were very upset when I put it on for those couple weeks and we watched it at the house.
Yeah, it was not... I can't deal with it. And then...
But we watched Cape Crusader.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch the Two-Face one, too.
Yeah, I don't remember...
It hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, it doesn't have a name either.
No, it's Batman versus Two-Face.
Is that just the name of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Justice League Dark, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Judas Contract.
Finally being released.
Reworked from the original Teen Titans thing way back in the day.
Yeah.
Finally released.
That project, I think, was announced.
It was one of the first, like, 3.
Yeah. And then it was always kind of hinted at again and never given the
because they couldn't sell the Teen Titans, but now I guess there's like a resurgence after the show, bringing it back, bringing in a live action one. So they released the Judas Contract. Great movie. We have to finish.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we never finished it. Remember, we were watching it and we checked the time. There was still like 45 minutes left, and we were like, fuck it, and we shut it off.
The Judas Contract?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. See, clicked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we never finished it.
We started it like really late.
Yeah.
And we were like 20 minutes in, and we're both like, why the fuck did we start this movie at 2 in the morning or whatever?
We were just sitting here and we're like,
oh,
we'll watch this movie. We did it.
It was after Spider-Man and everything.
Yeah. We did the podcast that week. We recorded all this stuff. We recorded the commentary, the podcast, everything. Did a bunch of Let's Plays, and we were like, "Fuck it, let's watch the Judas Contract." At way too fucking late, and then we were just like,
"Why the fuck did we put this on?"
Oh yeah,
I forgot that.
Yeah, I got to watch the end of that because the first little bit was great. And then rounding off the end of 17, DC Superhero Girls Intergalactic Games.
Yeah, I see that.
No, I'm just fucking kidding with you guys. I have no idea what the fuck that is. I think it's a toy line of Barbies.
Yeah.
I just read it because it was funny. We have Batman and Harley Quinn, which is set, I believe, in the same vein as the animated universe.
Yes.
Kind of inspired by it. And my God, Harley Quinn in that movie is terrible. It's not out yet, but I watched the trailer for it. Yeah, and they have the girl from Big Bang voicing Harley Quinn, and it is not the best voice work I've heard from anyone. It is not good.
That's the last one to come out before their next set of announcements.
Well, yeah, we don't have. Yeah, this is it. We don't have a next set.
Harley Quinn will come out before Comic-Con.
Which will, at Comic-Con they will probably announce the next year or slate of ones.
They announce the next 3.
Which
always do for a year.
So we'll probably leaning into that. Did you watch the trailer for Harley Quinn yet?
No.
All right.
You told me that it was an okay movie, but a horrible sounding movie.
Yeah, pretty much. That's my review of the movie so far.
I kind of just forgot about it. Like, news pops up and it's no longer on main, right? So
yeah.
I don't see it again and it's out of sight.
Well, that's like what I try to do with regards to
watch. I wanted to check out the teaser for Panther.
Yeah,
have you checked that out yet?
No, I'm just like, I don't know. I might be burnt out on watching trailers for things. Because I'm just like, it came out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I just seen it now that it was
I don't care. It came up on my YouTube feed. It keeps coming up on my Twitter, and I'm just like, I don't care right now. I really don't. I'm gearing up for E3. Like that's where my head is at right now. But with regards to stories, the way I do it is like I'll see an article and then I'll just open the window. So I'll have like 50 windows.
There, right?
Yeah, no, I just keep the window open.
Oh.
So I'll have like 50 windows open on my phone, and then I'll read the story later, or if it's interesting, I'll remember it and write it down in the rundown that I do, because I like having the stories in front of me so I know what they are. So I can butcher people's name and not know how to say words, because as we know, I can't say people's names or remember characters' names for that matter. But I like doing that. But yeah, I haven't watched that trailer yet. So, like, DC is killing it with their animated thing. And even their TV shows for a while were good. I watched some clips of that DC Justice League action.
Oh, JLA action.
Oh, my God. That is just cringeworthy.
I wanted to check it out.
I can't.
You're done?
I'm done.
You saw enough clips
I saw it. One of the clips for some reason showed up on my YouTube feed, like suggestions. So I just watched like 8 or 9 clips of like 3 minutes from an episode.
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't.
I saw one. And
it's aimed at kids for sure. And it's fucking in the same vein as Ultimate Spider-Man. And I'm not
like
fucking
it's
way.
too kid?
Yeah. I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, you made a great Justice League show. And I can't deal with it. I can't. I just can't.
I remember seeing a clip, and it had to do with, it was Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman.
Yeah.
And, like, I wish I could remember what it was, but, like, Batman and Wonder Woman are talking, and Superman is, like, they're really downplaying him like he's dumb.
Yeah, that's one of the
Clips you've seen.
Oh,
and then,
like, man.
They're talking about it, and then Superman's just being like aloof, like too stupid to understand what the fuck's going on. And I was just like, he's not that fucking dumb.
No,
like,
I watched this clip of Batman with Jaime Reyes as Blue Beetle.
Okay.
And they were showing Batman from like his year one type of thing, and they were using like the animated Batman type of stuff. From the 90s with like music cues and shit from that. And like he would miss his grappling hook, or he would do something stupid, and it was just like, first of all, you're shitting on my beloved animated Batman.
Yeah, don't fuck over the Batman.
And like, it just was like, fucking, it was just fucking cringeworthy. And I can deal with cringeworthy shit when it is cringeworthy. Like Batman 66 was cringeworthy because that's what it was. And like the Return of the Caped Crusader and the Two-Face movie that's coming out are all set in that same vein.
Yeah.
And I can deal with that because that's what they are. But cringeworthy for the sake of fucking cringeworthy is just awful, and I can't deal with it. Like, why they think kids are stupid, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, our fucking animated shows.
They would never play Batman the Animated Series now for kids.
No, like, and I don't get why. Like, I get they were set in the same vein of the movies.
Yeah.
So like Batman when it came out was set to the same thing as
we should
Tim
not
Burton's
have watched
movie.
Batman 89 when we were 2 years old.
No, we shouldn't have. But
that's the point.
But we watched the
did.
clean TV versions.
And that's the point.
And we're better for it. But like you can make a good TV show animated like kids TV show, because let's face it, all of these are technically geared towards kids because they are. Which are they really though? A lot of these DC movies are based off of storylines that a kid wouldn't read.
Well, JLA Action is the right.
JLA Action definitely. Ultimate Spider-Man definitely is. Then Teen Titans Go.
That's kids.
All aimed kids. But like a lot of these, like the Flashpoint Paradox, like Assault on Arkham. Yeah.
These ones are rated 13 to R. Some of them are.
And they're based on stories that I don't know like what age Q is reading. Like the New 52, Flashpoint, Court of the Owls, Gods and Monsters, and then like what was like The Killing Joke. Like, first of all, no kid should be watching The Killing Joke. Unless it's the TV clean version. It's just like, I don't know. I forgot my point because I made too many jokes. But it's just, I don't know, like, stop dumbing shit down. And I know we kind of got off track of whether or not they're good or not, but I don't understand. Like, you can make a kids' TV show and not have it be awful.
Yeah.
Like, there's the funny correlation because at the same time as the animated Batman was airing in the 90s, Spider-Man was playing for Marvel, right, on Fox.
Yeah, that show was awesome.
But they couldn't use guns. They had to use lasers.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, we can't have guns, blah, blah, blah. And then on the other side of the fucking pond, for the sake of a wordplay, they were using guns on the animated series. No problem.
Yeah.
They did lighten the series up a lot with Batman.
Yeah, like the next series, like that
the Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Yeah, the Adventures of Batman and Robin.
It's still set in the same continuity. It's just a lighter tone, but there's still some darker elements in that episode. And then Superman, like
then you get the new Batman series or whatever. What was that one? Like the one where like the art changes and you get younger Robin and all that.
The crap.
New series. That's what it was called, wasn't it?
The Batman. It was just the Batman.
No. I'm not talking about the Batman. I'm talking about Kevin, like from Kevin Conroy. There's the different version.
That's the Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They just brought Nightwing one off.
Yeah.
And then it might have been. It has weird titles, right? Because it's the Batman, the animated series. And then it was like the all-new Batman animated series or something like that.
Oh, that's what it is. The all-new.
And that's when they brought in Nightwing Robin became Nightwing.
Here. So Batman the animated series and then the new Batman Adventures.
Okay, it's the new,
Batman Adventures.
Yeah, and it was tied in with Superman, which is obviously a lighter tone. I really like that show, and I'm not even a big fan of Superman.
Yeah, the Superman the animated series. Yeah.
And then
right here, it's like the Batman animated series, Superman the animated series, the new Batman Adventures, and Batman Beyond. All fucking amazing.
Oh man, remember? I don't know if you were. I remember when Batman Beyond first came out, and I was like,
how mad you were.
I was fucking livid. I was like, what the fuck is this? Where is Batman? And then I kind of watched it, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. This isn't my Batman. we just had a bunch of seasons with this great show. And granted, I'm still a kid at this point. I'm still like, fuck it. But watching it later on down the line, I'm like, man, this show's fucking great.
This is amazing.
This is great. They had a great run. Then they had that the amazing fucking Return of the Joker movie, which was awesome.
Batman Returns.
Awesome and there's 2 cuts of that movie, because it happened right around the time of, I think, Columbine.
Maybe.
And they had to tone down the blood and violence, because of shootings and stuff. But that movie's great. Joker fucking with people. But see, again, quality TV shows that you can air, like, I don't know.
Well, like the
it's
whole
good.
who is it? Bruce Timm. That era of things, because then it moves on to Justice League.
Yep.
Then you got
Justice League Unlimited, which was awesome.
And then you did have.
But even at that time, Teen Titans was on, and it was
Teen
still
Titans,
pretty solid.
Yep,
like, I
Teen
wasn't a
Titans.
big fan of like its anime art style. Like, I like anime. I don't like that type of anime style. But it was still a decent TV show. And then there was a gap, I think, for a while with thing, and then they led into the Batman.
Yeah, the Batman. The
Yeah.
Batman was awesome too.
It was.
I've watched it. I've watched it a few times.
Yeah, they did different stuff, and I wasn't the only thing. My only beef with that show is that Batgirl
first.
comes before Robin,
Yeah.
and that is such a stupid minor gripe that it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And then like that was great.
But yeah, like so even their animated TV shows are still killing it compared to
Marvels, which are
like their last successful ones were the ones that, like you mentioned about Spectacular and Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yeah.
And I really liked, is it X-Men Evolution? Is that the one where they're in
Yeah.
high school?
Yeah.
That one was really good.
Well, see, because you don't like the X-Men show, the original, the 90s
that's
one.
too dated. Well, I tried watching it. It was too fucking bad.
Well, because you didn't watch it when it's out, right?
Yeah,
I can
watch
watch it because I watched it. It is dated as all hell. I mean, so is Spider-Man, the animated series, but it's great. But they are dated, definitely, because they came out in early 90s. But yeah, like Marvel, they just seem to have given up. They were just like, we'll put out this crap, but no one seems to care about it. And then DC is like, we'll just keep pumping out shit, which it's complete.
Working.
It's complete opposite to their live action stuff, where Marvel's killing it and DC minus Wonder Woman now is just fucking struggling and hanging on.
Yeah.
And like it even applies to games. Like DC with its games, they got DC Online, and then they got all the Batman series, which is just fucking awesome. And then they have the Telltale game, and then Marvel kept pumping out shit from Activision.
Injustice and all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck. I forgot about Injustice. Just came out.
Yeah.
And that game is great, both of them, because Mortal Kombat knows how to do fighting games. And then you got Marvel, who the last game they did was probably a Spider-Man by Activision or Bionics, and it wasn't that great. Now they finally learned, and they're like, oh, we're going to treat these properties with the same respect.
I'm so excited for something for Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man, the Sony one, the new one, the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just want to play it. Like
I hope we see something this year at E3. Who's putting that out? Oh, it's Sony exclusive. No, it's not EA. No, they lost the license thing. It's Sony exclusive, and it's being done by
Insomniac.
I think Insomniac. Yeah. So if it does go, it'll go at Sony's press conference on Monday. So Tuesday, we will have some information about that. Maybe, hopefully. But so DC killing it with their animated stuff. I can't wait to see what they do with the rest of their lineup. We're getting Young Justice TV show back. Didn't even mention that. That show was great. I've watched that so many times, and then it got canceled, and then I watched it more because they were like
Insomniac. I just looked
okay.
it up.
Yeah, I thought it was Insomniac.
Oh yeah, fucking Team
Young Justice, man.
Justice.
That show's
But
fucking
that's, again,
awesome.
That goes towards what we were kind of mentioned earlier with the live action Teen Titans thing. Is like we're gonna get more information out of Comic-Con, I imagine.
Yeah,
about
definitely.
when it will be released and how all that will function on their streaming service. Which I'm really looking forward to that.
I am
I
too.
want to know we better fucking get it here. If we don't, I will be
here's the
fucking
thing.
mad.
If we don't, how will we get it?
Well, there are ways.
No,
But-
I'm not talking about those ways. I'm talking about because HBO is on what the hell is that? The movie
No,
channel.
they need to just put it like Netflix, so I can just buy it.
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is for that show, there are ways to watch it, but there's the ways that like the movie network has Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
That's how we get it. We get most of the shows that way.
Yeah, through a cable provider.
Where in the fuck are they going to put Young Justice though? Like theoretically, if they don't have like a thing for it.
No, I think they're making their. That's the idea. That was.
But I mean here, because we got screwed over for the WWE network, you have to have a cable provider to get the thing.
Yeah.
Where would you stick just a Young Justice TV show? Or Teen Titans, sorry. Where would you stick that? Like what network, what movie thing?
To be able to watch it.
Watch it here. There's
fundamentally
your there's very limited when it comes to shit like that for here.
What your option would be is a cable provider. Let's say they take you're either going to get the Netflix where I could just buy it, download the app on the PS4, or it will play out like the WWE network where you have to.
Which, by the way, fuck you guys.
Buy a cable service provider and then be allowed access to download the app for $10 a month.
Yeah.
And keep going and get all your stuff. It doesn't have to go on a network. It's like the WWE network isn't on a network.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, how would they do the WB thing without what network would they throw it on? Just the show itself, if it was here. That's what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, so they're building a whole network and putting both those shows on it.
Yeah.
If we don't get the network here, where are they putting the show?
The network is never going on TV, though.
But that's what I'm saying. If there is no network in Canada, where are they sticking the show?
Like how would you watch it in Canada?
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
Your option would be through a cable provider like WWE.
But I'm saying they didn't do that route. Where would they stick it?
Then you're not getting it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't make it their own thing like Netflix that allows me to purchase it singly, the only other option would be like the HBO and the WWE where you need a cable provider to give you access to do it. And at which point you can't watch it in Canada unless you have cable.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Yeah. So if they're smart, they go the Netflix, Amazon type of route.
Yeah.
And just allow me to purchase it solely through
All right, so
Warner Brothers.
We've gone completely off the rail here with the topic. Let's just throw this out here for the sake of adding a mini topic. How much do you think it cost? And how much do you think is on it?
I think I imagine like the cost of it, let's say if it is like the monthly, let's say they do that route. I imagine they go standard like everything else, the $10, $12 route.
Anywhere $10, $12
same
amount.
Same bug. You can't go any higher or lower, like, you know.
Yeah.
I imagine they go the same route as all the other networks.
Okay. Now, how much content do you think?
Right now, it's just going to be, if they're smart, they throw every type of show that they have on there.
No, okay, so
that means.
But here's so Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl all have a deal with Netflix that they go on there.
Yeah.
Do you think at some point, depending on what this deal is,
at some point,
you think they pull them off that and put them on their own and shoot themselves in the foot?
I would imagine they would.
I think they would try.
If it's successful enough, because let's say their contract deals with Netflix go for another 3 years.
I don't think they're successful enough as a property
if they
to reach the broad audience that it would reach, say on Netflix.
But they're gonna. I imagine though, like let's say in 3 years, let's just go with that number. That they're 3 years from now, their Netflix contracts expire.
Yeah.
Those shows now have the option to either go back to Netflix or get pulled from Netflix and brought onto the
But what you're saying is not right away. They don't pull them like next year.
You can't pull them. Like,
yeah, because that would be.
If the contract says it's for 3 years, you can't fucking pull it.
Well, that's what I mean. But if, like, let's say the contract ends at tomorrow.
Okay, then maybe
you don't think
But if they renew it short term and go, here's 2 more years.
I think you keep them on Netflix and work out some sort of deal where you post them later.
Maybe you
because
can always do that too. Like post
obviously DC fans are going to get this network.
Yeah.
But your average fan, just for those shows, will not buy this network.
Yeah.
Like they'll like I can watch it on Netflix with all my other shit.
Yeah.
Why would I pay $10 more to watch shows I've never even fucking heard of?
But what I was gonna say is like, so in time, right now we got 2 new shows.
You have Young Justice
and Teen Titans, right?
Yeah.
In time, they will. I assume they're
more properties,
more original content coming to that series.
So
that show.
my prediction
putting like I said, which
Yeah.
adding all the movies, like you dropped the 4 Batman movies from the past, the 3 Nolan movies. You drop all like the animated series.
See,
on there.
okay, well, now
You drop
here's where we
everything
get
that
in the
you got on
murky
there.
thing. I don't know about the live action stuff.
I
And
imagine it all would be on there.
I don't know. Remember, they just figured out how to get fucking Batman 66 out.
But
with
now
license.
they have it.
Yeah.
So they could put that could go up
I don't
there.
know how their license deal works with that. I don't know how long, but I'm saying live action wise, it's a little bit murky just because of all the studios that are technically involved with it.
Warner Brothers.
But no, they're not all Warner Brothers though. If you look at the list of movies, like they're
Yeah,
owned
but
by Warner Brothers, but some are like TriStar or Mila Vista or some other bullshit.
Yeah, for like, but not for Batman. Batman would be
Okay,
Warner Brothers.
Batman, yes, but other ones not necessarily is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But animated wise, oh yeah, fucking throw everything on there. You
Yeah.
could probably even throw the Flash like 90s TV show on there,
Yeah.
and then all your I want
You could
all
put
the
fucking Smallville on there. I would attempt to watch
not-
Smallville
no.
if it was digitally offered to me.
nope, fuck that.
But right now they
I
got some
couldn't-
exclusive deal with Hulu.
See, that's the thing. If it's not done its deal with Hulu,
They can't go there.
it can't go there.
But yeah,
Which I don't even think we can get Hulu.
no, we can't get Hulu.
Man, we
Here
get
either.
screwed out of so many
Yeah,
networks.
we can't get Hulu here. You can't get YouTube TV, that new thing.
No, you can't get PlayStation View.
Can't
I think
get
this
the-
is like the third week in a row where we've shit
Where
on
we
these
bitched
things.
about all that shit, yeah.
It's fucking bullshit.
fucking
I
dumb.
don't like. I get.
20 minutes in the other fucking direction, I could get everything I want.
Yeah, PlayStation View I get because it's a slow rollout to various cities in the U.S. to try it out.
Yeah, right now. it's a
I
test
understand
market.
that.
I understand.
But YouTube TV, YouTube is a giant fucking world platform.
yeah,
The fact that anything is blocked on there region-wise just pisses me off.
yeah.
I tried to watch.
Why can't I watch a fucking music video?
I can't watch Saturday Night Live clips because they're fucking distributed.
blocked.
Yeah.
Go fuck
Fucking.
yourself, Saturday Night Live.
Sometimes. What's his name there? The week. Last week
Oliver,
tonight,
Don
Oliver.
Oliver.
His clips for some reason get blocked
Yeah,
for
some of
the
them,
thing.
right?
It's
We-
weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
some of them
I
get
tried to
blocked.
watch his one from last week, and it was like, "Oh, you can't watch it in your country," and I'm like, "Fuck off."
Remember, like this was a few months ago. We went to watch one of the clips, and we couldn't watch it. But then they had posted one, and then in brackets it was like Canadian version.
Yeah.
Because like, so somehow when they're uploading,
Yeah.
they were able to fix it.
I'm gonna start uploading
the
all our.
settings.
I'm gonna start uploading all ours Canadian.
Yeah.
By the way, we lost our one UK guy.
Did we?
Yeah,
Oh.
I checked the analytics, and the one YouTube guy from the UK is gone, and I was like, "Sorry,
Oh,
what do we
come
do?
on.
Come back, bro. We need you."
Yeah, I want to branch out to the UK.
But yeah, so
Fuck. Sad news.
it is. I was very upset by that news. I'm like, shit. We got a couple new subscribers, but we lost the UK guy.
Come back.
So UK guy,
Come back. Jack. Come back.
come back.
Come back.
We miss you. But so let's see here.
UK guy.
UK guy, come back.
Come back.
All right, so I think I'm gonna close out this podcast in a minute, but
Mm-hmm.
I do want to thank everyone again who we post this link on various sites, and we started posting them on our own Facebooks and our own Twitters and stuff. And I would like to thank the people who have actually attempted to go to try and watch all of these, because I get it. These are
bad.
It's bad. The sound quality is awful.
Don't watch the early one.
Yeah, go watch the early one. I understand it. And watching us for an hour and 15 minutes talk about topics you necessarily have no idea what we're talking
Just play
about.
it in the background.
Yeah, on YouTube, it's literally 30 to 60 seconds for a view count. So if you just go watch 30 to 60 seconds,
It counts.
that's
and that's all we
great.
need.
But I would like to thank everyone who has watched us or has attempted to watch us and has subscribed and liked the videos. Well, I keep telling to like the videos, but the people who have subscribed and have followed us on our various social medias, I do want to thank you guys, because without you, we're talking into an empty void, which I'm okay with anyways, because we were going to do it anyway. Yeah. Yeah. But so anyways, this has been this week's episode of the Talking Bull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. You can find us on our various social medias. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week and in the next videos. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Fuck it.